Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome to my channel. If you're watching this, it could be for one of many reasons, and the main one being you want AirPods, but no, those things are just super expensive. If you're like me, you probably might have started looking at like alternatives, fake AirPods, or even just not buying AirPods but still wireless earbuds. But the thing about me is I'm in love with the cute AirPod cases, and I have been for the longest time ever. I could be scrolling on Instagram and I kind of just look at those ads and I'm like, I wish I had AirPods so I can get some nice cases, because what's the point of buying those AirPod cases if you don't have AirPods? You know what I mean? So what I decided to do was to order myself some fake real AirPods and see exactly if it's worth the hype. And honestly, at the end, if you want AirPods but don't want to pay for the full price and you don't care, as long as you could still listen to music and use it like, you know, regular wireless earphones, then yes, this might be for you. So if you're interested, just keep watching. So here is my fake AirPods, and these are essentially the cute cases that I'm talking about. I was able to get my hands on this very cute BMO one, and believe it or not, these are fake AirPods that fit in a real case. So if that's what you're into, just like me, these might be worth it. Now I'm going to be putting the link of where I got these from specifically, because it is hard to get like some good working fake AirPods. So this is me doing you guys a favor for absolutely no reason whatsoever. So I really hope you guys like this video. I'm basically just going to quickly talk about not really the pros and cons about this, more like what you should be aware of if you do decide to like invest in one of these fake AirPods, even though it's not a total waste of money, because $200 compared to this, which was about $34, isn't that big of a deal if I have to be honest. I'm just going to talk about things to make note of about these fake AirPods. That's basically what I'm going to be talking about. So yeah. Now these fake AirPods are actually the second model. So you know the one with the wireless charging, these are exactly it. So unfortunately I do not have wireless charging or a wireless charger, so I couldn't test that feature out. But everything else has been pretty spot on, if I have to be honest. So just out of the box, these actually look like legit AirPods, like believe it or not. Even the box itself, it's like believable, like these are AirPods. Just like out of the box, when I took it out, it was nicely wrapped, it was protected, and then just like real AirPods, there's a charger inside the box as well. There's also an instruction manual inside, but I don't need that. It's pretty straightforward. I've had used like real AirPods before, so I know things to like look out for, things to make note of. Bear with me, I'm going to do my absolute best, and if there's anything I missed, I'll make sure to explain it down in the description below or in the comments. So yes, so just out of the box, like I said, it looks like real AirPods. It fits nice in the hand. It's a 1-for-1 size, and I know it's 1-for-1 because it fits nicely into the AirPod cases, so that's one of the biggest things I was hoping for. So just like getting used to it, I was like looking at it, I'm like, okay, it has the click, you know, like AirPods, but I also took note that the lid is very light, and that doesn't feel right. Like it does close nicely, like you can hear the snaps, but the lid is just very light. And if I remember correctly, when I was playing around with like my friend's AirPods cases, because like this is like a fidgeting tool for me, it wasn't this light, but the body is heavy. That I can say it's heavy. The body is definitely heavy because that's where the charger is, but the top is like light, so they kind of just like put it there. So another thing you can see is that's the charging light basically. It lights up green when it's charged and red for when it's dying, I believe. And that's another thing I was looking out for, because when looking at a lot of fake AirPods, the earpieces would have lights, and that indicates right away that they're fake, and I didn't want that. I still wanted to look bougie, just not by paying the price. You know what I mean? The case has a light, but not the earpieces, so that's fantastic. Putting it in my ear now, this is when things get interesting. So I can put it in my ear. I hear the basic AirPod sound, you know, the thing that indicates like it's in. And then I can put the second one as well. It makes the same sound to indicate that they're both plugged into my ears, that if that's the sentence I'm looking for. They look like AirPods, and if you walked up to me, you wouldn't be like, are those fake AirPods? No, because they look real. Now this is where things, like I said, get interesting. So for both AirPods, I gave it both specific commands. The left side is to pause the music, the right side is to skip. Okay, when both of the ears are in, these commands do work. But when I take off the right one, for example, now this, instead of pausing my music, it goes to the next one, which is what the right is supposed to do. And then when I put back the right one, I do the commands. That's when this goes back to pausing the music and this goes to skipping to the next song. And I was kind of confused the first time, so I kept switching the commands and I realized like they were good, and I'm like, it's because they're fake AirPods. Makes sense. So another thing to take note of, you know how you're supposed to like double tap to like activate the commands? This can get pretty tricky, both ears actually. So sometimes you'll just see me aggressively like tapping it, trying to see the perfect spot, and then it works. Or sometimes when I'm just adjusting it from the back, so I'd put like my thumb like this on the back of the AirPods and I try to adjust it, the command activates and then it pauses my music or it skips it depending on which side I'm fixing, and I'm like, huh, well then. The microphones work very nicely. When I talk on FaceTime with my friends or I talk on the phone, I'm like, can you hear me? They're like, yeah, you sound good. I'm like, okay, bless. Like AirPods in general, when you take one out, it pauses your music. That's fantastic. The thing about these is there's a slight delay and sometimes it just doesn't do it at all. And then this is a part where I was like so confused and I'm like, why is this happening? And then I realized they're fake AirPods, duh. Okay, so I can take one ear out. I wait like 2-3 seconds, the music pauses. Okay, so I press play on my phone to play the music. I hear it on the left side. I'm like, can I hear it on the right side when it's not on? I put the volume on blast. I can hear from this side. I slowly approach it. There's music playing and I'm like, okay. Now I don't believe AirPods do this in general, because then you're killing the battery faster for like one AirPod that you're not using. So that's definitely something I made note of. And then when it's in the case, music is playing. So when music is playing and I put one in the case and the case is open, the music does continue to play. And then I'm like, phew, okay. But once I close it, then the music stops playing on this AirPod and still plays on this AirPod. So if you ever just want to make note of that, just remember that does happen. And speaking about the AirPods losing battery, do not indicate the proper percentage because they're fake. But it makes no sense. It's like, it makes no sense. It should still present the proper percentage because it's still an electronic device. So I remember the first time I was like, oh cute, it's fully charged, I'm gonna use it. And then I used it and then I looked at it, I'm like, huh, how's it already at 59%? That's cool. I close it, then I open it again, I'm like, oh, it went up to 68%. Interesting. I take out one ear, I look at the percentage, oh, it's at 29%. So the battery percentage is never actually accurate. Is this a downer? Definitely. It's definitely a downer. But because I'm the kind of person that makes sure to charge our things before going out anywhere, it's not the biggest deal for me as well. Like, I'm very lenient about this because I know at the end of the day they are fake AirPods and I cannot be super upset. So if these kind of things will bother you, you should definitely invest in real AirPods. But if you feel like you still want to look bougie but just don't want to pay the price of real AirPods and you don't care if they function like the real things, as long as they can still do like the main things, this might be for you. That's all I'm gonna say. These do connect to Find My iPhone, so I connected it to Find My iPhone and then I did the whole ringer thing. It works. I don't know exactly how it's supposed to work because I don't actually own real AirPods, but they do work. And I was like, oh, that's cool, that's cool. So the earphones actually do come from AliExpress. It was just one of those random AliExpress, you know, just posts. And then I did my thorough research of figuring out which one would be the best fake real AirPods, and this one was the winner. So I have a Windows program laptop and I connected my AirPods no problem, so just so you know that as well. But yeah, I believe that's basically it. If you guys have any questions about this, feel free to just comment them down below. I would rate this a 7.3 out of 10. I love them that much. I really don't regret buying these. And if you want to get yourself a pair, link is in the description. This is not sponsored, just so you know. Why would I be sponsored at such a small rate of subscribers? But it's okay. It's okay, I don't mind. I just like doing these videos. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope this is what you were looking for. And if anything, that's pretty much it. And I guess I'll just see you guys all in my next video. Bye guys.